Hello everybody, Cedric Procedure here, CR Wrestling Commentary. We will be reviewing AEW Collision that happened Saturday night on TNT. So this starts off, this is Collision, and it's hard for anything to be perfect. Okay, it is. So let's roll. Jay White with Bullet Club Gold. They come to the ring. And it's Jay White versus AR Fox, who we haven't seen in a little bit.
Okay.
You remember, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, Fox does the job but makes the match look poor. And he does because if you watch the match, he gets beat up and then he's doing stuff like he never got touched. They don't sell. They just don't sell. MJF comes from the fans, grabs the belt, tries to escape through the ring, but he must let go to avoid being beat on, so then he runs through the crowd. He could have grabbed the belt and ran back
to the crowd
instead of going through the ring.
It was just a pointless endeavor. It was a waste of time. It made him look stupid.
Yep.
How you gonna sneak through the crowd? Don't know how to go back.
So AR Fox loses to Jay White after a little bit after. So, yeah. So I go to the back. Max Caster said he was catfished, sent some pics and everything, and Bowens and Billy are annoyed with him doing all this stuff. Yep. The boys come out. The Guns, they stay down there at the ringside. So the Guns, they beat them with their finisher, which was, what I guess first known in New Japan would be 3K, as I think they called it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Roppongi 3K. They called it 3K.
Oh, wow. Is that their move?
Yeah.
Why does it look so much more impactful when the Guns do it?
One, the Guns are much bigger. Two, they got a higher vertical.
Okay, the vertical must be.
And they pull down, so it looks. So basically, it's an aided complete shot. Okay. That's what it is. 310 to Yuma.
I love what it's called.
Me too.
I love what it's called.
It was a nice movie.
Yeah.
Ryan Nemeth attempts to see CJ Perry. So we finally get a last name to CJ.
Yeah.
It was like, I was like, who is CJ Perry? And you're like, that's his wife. I was like, Ryan's wife. You're like, no, Miro's. I was like, oh.
I just made an inference from the CJ and it said high and flexible.
I was looking at the screen at the time. I think I was in the Final Fantasy at the moment. So that's the wife of Miro. The door opens and it's Miro. Ryan looks messed up. Like
he looks frightened.
Yep. Like you just caught me cheating with your wife, and for some reason she teleported away.
And it's just me and you.
I'm so sorry that you saw this. It was perfect. Ryan Nemeth's face was perfect.
And Miro, he sounded so personable. Oh, come on in.
Yeah, it allows him access to the room like a gentleman.
And then
1 second later, he grabs Ryan and throws him into the room. The door closes and Miro makes the sounds of beating up Ryan. Sounded well, looked brutal with no visual. Good job, mostly. I think that was, mostly good job.
Yeah.
Kudos.
Don't say that.
What?
You already said good job. Don't say kudos.
You don't like kudos. I forgot.
I don't like kudos. All the words you can say. Good job is enough. If they can't take that level of praise, then something's wrong.
Okay. So AEW women's title match. Ring decorated with stuff used as weapons. Hikaru Shida versus Abaddon. Abaddon looked really good. She's revamped her makeup. She don't look like a hot, nasty mess anymore. She looks more like a really tiny Bull Nakano. Abaddon, she has lost a lot of weight.
Yeah.
Great job. What is her secret? Shida is dressed more like Anna Williams from Tekken. I find it cute and sexy. Nigel claims that Abaddon could take the women's title, so he's an idiot there. Nigel declares that Shida is one of the most prolific strikers in all of wrestling. He's an idiot.
Most prolific strikers. I mean, she is laying folks out with that thing she does. And the other thing, I mean, people are just falling at her feet. And then there's that third thing.
And he's an idiot there. And I know that the match is too long and boring.
Way too long.
You can hear the crowd not too happy. Match ends with the crowd popping to the use of a pumpkin on Abaddon's head for it to be gently kicked. Sheeta wins, and after the match, Toni Storm prances into her music, leaving Sheeta looking dumbfounded, per normal,
and throws herself up on the announcer's table. She whenever Toni Storm comes out and Sheeta's there, I like Sheeta's face. Sheeta looks like she does not understand what the hell is going on.
And it cuts back from color to grayscale, depending upon who they're looking at. Grayscale for Storm.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the Storm family should come out. Just have them all. Just have James Storm. Come on. And then you got Toni Storm, and then what's the one? He had a stinger.
Tim Storm.
Tim Storm. Yeah. Have the Storm family come out. Tony, Tim, and James.
I don't know what they do.
Me neither. But that was funny when they asked James Storm about Tim. He was like, I don't worry about that guy. Perfectly said and done. That was nice. So Shane Taylor, he has a great promo letting Keith Lee know that he was more successful than Shane only because he was far more palatable to the office, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So calling him out on that was nice. Ring of Honor TV title match, Samoa Joe versus Rex Titus. So Ring of Honor television match with 2 Ring of Honor people on AEW Collision.
Exactly.
Really? It's a squash match with Joe making short work on Titus before the sleeper chokehold. Red Titus had already pushed me away from him when he wrestled the Invisible Man in GCW. But he's been used so poorly, I'm almost in that area of give him a break. But so Claudio vows revenge as Brian has suffered a broken orbital bone. And that did not come until the lariat. But I think all this is a work. I do. I wrote Okada listened to us, and he did the lariat as it was meant to be. Brian got hurt. Not good, because now Okada looks unsafe to work with. That's how it should look if it's legit. I am hoping this is a work to build up a Wrestle Kingdom match or something thereof.
No, it don't look like he's unsafe to work with. It looks like American men are fragile.
He could come out with that too.
I be cracking Japanese men upside the head all the time. They're fine.
If Okada was a heel, that is how you work it. Like, I've beat on people much smaller than him, and I haven't hurt them. What's wrong with Bryan Danielson?
Looking a little frail.
Why does this dragon keep breaking?
Going back to the lighthouse.
Like maybe American dragons are just not as strong. Just go ahead, work that, work it. Dax Harwood versus Ricky Starks. So I will tell you this. Dax Harwood, I only got one critique. One, straight up. Don't do that brain bust if it's not going to win you the match. Just stop. Just stop. You are literally wasting greatness. It is pearls before swine. Just stop. If I was Dax Harwood, I wouldn't want to wrestle in front of people knowing that I'm about to look like a freaking idiot.
Most likely he was calling the match.
Yeah, he was calling the match.
So he made these decisions.
Don't use finishers that don't finish. Just don't.
If y'all remember,
at that point, it's just a wrestling game.
Yeah, the Rocky and Bullwinkle show. Remember the little dude who was like the janitor that would clean up at the end of the show? He had a little hat and he had his big mustache. Dax Harwood. Dax Harwood's mustache looked like it would move on its own.
It probably does. House of Black
sweeping shit off the table.
House of Black standing in the stands and the crowd starts barking like Brody King. So, he's over because the people actually care about Brody King.
Yeah. Good.
I wrote top-notch match and the gold standard of what AEW should aspire to be. Dax hit a power driver and Big Bill pulled him off, which I didn't see at first. Then I saw, and then I decided to just be like a heel. I was like, he didn't do anything.
That's because he didn't.
So Starks, he hit a power driver, but Cash couldn't reach, and he got the pin on Dax. So after the match, the lights go out. House of Black are in, they're in, and they side with Starks and Bill. And I'm like, this is after they left Starks hanging. Remember? Let's go.
Yeah.
Starks went in, and they was like, we're going to just walk away.
There's no loyalty among the baddies. Kind of like, you know what? You got me. That's really how it should be.
And then what I say, I said Roosh and his group should come in as heels and just start owning everyone. Because if they come in as baby faces, it's going to be a hard sell unless Roosh can be Roosh, but the baby face. Because people like Roosh.
They do.
So, Los Facción Ingobernables, they come to the ring and they attack House of Black while FTR attack the tag champions. So, LFI, they sided with FTR. That's how that ends. Backstage, the originator of Los Facción Ingobernables, Andrade El Idolo, he's asked about LFI and he says nothing and walks off.
Yeah, he didn't say anything. He was
nothing
like,
important, that is.
Just the thing he likes to say, that wrestling is his business. He says that kind of twice. So the third thing that is undiscernible.
And then he leaves.
I don't even know if Lexi knew what the hell he said because she looked as confused as I did.
Yep.
And she was standing right there with a microphone.
Willow and Chris Statlander asked Sky Blue of her new altercations and attitude that seems to mimic Julia Hart. Sky says that anything dealing with her and Julia is their business, and she walks off. I'm like, all right. I'm like, Sky Blue. No, it was Willow that came to the aid of Sky Blue, almost protecting her from Statlander. And then Sky came in and did the same. Sky tried again, and Willow shook the hand. And now Statlander and Willow are trying to do an intervention with Sky Blue. This ain't making sense. So then Claudio Castagnoli, he comes to the ring and manhandles the hell out of another Ring of Honor veteran, Hot Sauce, Tracy Williams.
Like Hot Sauce had never stepped in the darn ring before.
Claudio uses the return Western Lariat a few times and then the crippler crossface or Nagata lock. And I noted that he beat him with this, but I noted that this ticked Cedra off. That was my note.
It did because
you were mad. You were mad.
Hot Sauce Tracy Williams was a force in Ring of Honor, and he's a pure wrestler. They won't bring him back to do that because they've bastardized the pure wrestling. And I don't put that on Shibata. I put it on Tony Khan. But he had to come and job to Claudio. And if it could have been a competitive match that Claudio won, I would have respected it more. No, but they chose for Claudio to take out his rage and squash Hot Sauce Tracy Williams. And it's just, it's bull. I don't like it. And, you know, it's supposed to be menacing. This is what I'm going to do to you, whoever he's aiming at. What, Okada?
No, Orange Cassidy.
Oh, Orange Cassidy.
That's going to happen. That happened tonight. Well, earlier tonight.
Is he going to do that to Orange Cassidy? Huh? No. Is he going to beat Orange Cassidy? Fuck no. It was a stupid squash to prove that you Billy Badass when the rubber hits the road, when you need to be Billy Badass, you'll get peeled by an orange.
And that's why she's ticked off. Samoa Joe reminds MJF backstage of the offer and that he says that if he needs help, he only needs to scream his name and he will be his friend. He should be Joe Hendry, but you know.
But you gotta believe.
You gotta believe. So we get to our main event of the evening, AEW World Title match, Kenny Omega versus MJF. And my idea was, okay, my thoughts were, can MJF make this guy look good So Omega comes out wearing something. It looks great, just not on him. And then a feather from his shoulder falls off while he's entering the ring.
The whole, it's like he's got these faux bright pink, they're pretty bright fuchsia pink wing-like things on each shoulder. When he gets to the ring, just one whole wing falls off. And he can't keep it moving.
No, because he's a damn idiot.
He stopped and looked at that wing like he was a chick whose heel broke.
No, it's something else. I wrote, Kenny's so stupid he pauses, making sure the audience can see the mishap before furthering his intro. He was mugging for the camera. It's like this happened on the independent scene. When some shit go off, they pause right then like it's the still shot moment. That's the whole point of that.
He did like a chick who broke her heel and, oh my God, my heel.
Introductions are great, especially with the lighting effect that they did. I enjoyed that. I thought that was cool. Look, big match style like that. The fans are super hyped for the match. That helps.
Kenny's pants, his wrestling tights, they look good. They were black and they had red, blue, fuchsia, and like silver sequins on them, or rhinestones or something. They would have made a great black party dress. I just had to say that.
I wrote that I want to see if MJF can get a good match out of Kenny. Kenny hits a dive after instantly recovering from a poke to the eye. MJF does a Frostberry flop that Kenny had to move just to catch him. MJF hit the kangaroo kick. Kenny got a table and set it up. Why a table? Because reasons. Snapdragon suplex on the apron. Shivani screams that he broke MJF's neck. There's no way he can continue. So they continue. And I noted that I'd be worried about that if Kenny didn't do it so often.
Yeah.
Kenny hit an apron to table dragon bomb on MJF. They put a 90-second counter on, and I don't know why.
For no reason. This would be part of the commercial break when what the ref should have done is started counting.
Yep. I wrote the applier of the hold is being seen as well as the taker of the move. The one who applied it should have minimum effort being looked at, and the one that took it should be really being sought after and checked on and all this, and wonder if the match can go on and all this. That should have been happening. They both put a poison rhino on each other.
Back to back.
Yeah. Outside, before Kenny can powerbomb MJF into the railing, the referee tells him to get in the ring while pointing away from it. Yeah. Literally, that'd be like someone saying, go to your room while pointing out the window or at the front door. Just dumb.
That's what they don't care where you get, just once you get out their face.
Yeah, usually. Kenny poised for his finish, and Don Callis comes out. The distraction is short as the match continues. MJF hits his finish, and Kenny kicks out. MJF tries the Panama Sunrise, but he gets trapped and kicks out late enough to think about it. Because that kick out, 1, 2, fans is kind of like, might have should have been 3, man. Might have should have been 3. He eventually hits the move and for 2 count and the Panama Sunrise. And then he hits his finisher again for the 3 count. And after the match, Joe watches on, as well as Jay White and Wardlow. In the ring, MJF and Kenny shake hands and hug it out.
You missed one.
What?
Hobbs was watching too.
Oh, Hobbs was watching?
They're all standing around wet and shirtless watching this match.
I looked at the screen. I think I saw Joe, and then I looked down and started typing. And there was like, and there's the Bang Bang Gang or something like that. Mm-hmm. And then I look up and I see Wardlow, and I was like, this guy.
Yeah, Hobbs was oiled up and watching too.
Okay, my bad. So Powerhouse Hobbs, of all those people, Wardlow is the one that annihilated MJF in a cage match. Brooke just destroyed him. Samoa Joe had a long-winded match that he didn't win. Jay White, and none of these guys are going to beat MJF for that belt. Not one of them. It ain't happening. Wardlow can't carry a match. Hobbs is still learning. Samoa Joe, if he wins this belt, he'll be on Ring of Honor. I mean, I figure that's what they'll do to flip it.
Maybe.
Jay White, Jay White would be good, but he's trying to be a heel, and the fans recognize MJF as a heel, but on their side. So Jay White trying to out-heel the babyface makes the fans not like him in that go-home heat. And people like Jim Cornette running their dick liquor about Jay White instead of what's good about him. You know, because look, I give it up. He said it, and I'm glad he said it. Jay White's been in New Japan so long, he just don't know how to talk right. Yes, New Japan has a different structure on how you speak. And all you do is advertise yourself, say a few things, advertise yourself with your go home line, and that's it. That's New Japan. All right. He come here, they got to break him of that. And I don't think they're trying. But when it comes to in-ring performance, Jay White right now as a heel is top in AEW. You're not going to top him. Christian Cage is good. Jay White is better. When he shows up, Jay White is a better heel because Jay White wouldn't go to tearing up the ring and doing that indie stuff like that.
No, he wouldn't. He can devastate you while leaving the ring intact. Very much so.
So Jim Cornette, he can eat a dick on that. He hasn't watched Jay White wrestle. He doesn't know Jay White. And Cornette gets this wrong on so many people anyway, only because he is so stuck in his era. Yes. I get it. I do get it. And it makes sense. I get Jim Cornette. I get it. But he uses it to blind himself to what's possibly good today. And that's his problem. If he don't watch you, he don't know you, and no one should.
Yeah.
That's an elitist idiot mindset. He don't watch Ring of Honor, and where are these people? Where do they go? Try watching Ring of Honor. Try watching Rampage. If you watch it and you don't see them, then you can ask. But other than that, shut the fuck up.
If they're not on TV every week, they don't matter.
They have to be on national TV in order to mean something.
Oh shit, his ass ain't on national TV no more. Folks still coming to find him.
So I just wish Cornette would just take a step back, chill, think about it, and instead of who, as that other program would do, just be like, okay, who's this guy? Where's he been? What does he do there? Show me a clip, show me a match, let me know what's going on so I can be more informed about this guy. And I agree with the fact of you shouldn't have to do that to figure out something. Tony Khan should be doing this as it is. He should be putting that up there for everyone to see.
Yeah, he should.
You pay millions of dollars and you can't get 45 cents worth of video footage? In any case, that's going to do it for us. This has been Cedric and Cedric for CRWC commentary on AEW Collision. Y'all be good, be chill, be safe, and we'll see you next time.